Welcome to the Convocation Center on the campus of Northern Illinois University in DeKalb and Victory Court. Today on ESPN3, MAC Gymnastics is on display. The Ball State Cardinals look to remain undefeated in conference competition, while the NIU Huskies want to continue to put up big scores and gain more confidence and get another MAC victory. Hello everyone, I'm Andy Garcia alongside former Arizona State gymnast Ashley Feuerbach. And Ashley, should be a good one today. Both of these teams come with confidence, some momentum, and they're excited to get back in it. Conference competition.
Yes, we're really excited to watch them today. They've had some great competitive. Right now, their team is ranked in that conference, so it'll be a good duel for them.
Our gymnast to watch first for NIU, the senior Ashley Potts, one of the captains. She's a hard worker, and the hard work is paid off with some big scores. And another senior for Ball State, Jordan Penny, also having a great season, and we'll see her in 3 events today. Ashley, these teams are pretty close in some of the rankings nationally. 38th right now, NIU is ranked. Ball State 39th in scoring in the conference. NIU 3rd in the MAC. Ball State 4th. So it's going to be interesting to see who can get out to that early some scores. To see, and again, they're going to start on different apparatuses, but to see who can get that early couple of good scores.
Yeah, vault is usually one of those events where you can really rely on a good score. Bars, on the other hand, it can be tricky. It can be challenging, but, they're both great teams on bars. They're very competitive. They have a pretty good lineups. The depth is there, too. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what they have today.
Let's talk again about senior Jordan Penny for Ball State. We're going to see her on 3 events today, and she's just so strong. It's going to be fun to watch her.
Yeah, she looks pretty confident. During warm-ups, I was watching her on beam, and she was not moving at all. She was really solid, sticking everything and nailing everything. Same with bars. Everything was pretty consistent for her during warm-ups as well. So I'm excited to see her today.
And NIU, senior Ashley Potts, a captain, a hard worker, and that hard work has paid off. Ashley, she's got some good numbers this year.
Yeah, she has been really fun to watch all season. She's pretty consistent overall, and just the fact that she is MAC Gymnast of the Week 2 times this season, that really speaks for itself.
You see the home team, NIU will start on the vault. Paige Nicholas will lead it off. Ashley Potts will be the anchor, along with Gabby Welch, Amanda Bartomeu. You see some freshmen in there, sophomores, 2 seniors, Catherine Prentice and Potts, and Cindy Lamberty. And you'll be on the vault. Ball State will start on the uneven bars. Again, Ball State 2-0 in the MAC right now. NIU 1-2. Huskies glad to be back home. They've been on the road a lot this season, Ashley. And talking to head coach Sam Moriali, he's excited to be here in Victory Court.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be in this atmosphere. Victory Court is a smaller venue. It's a little bit more intimate with the crowd, so everything's going to seem a little bit more louder, a little bit more exciting for the gymnasts, and they really like that aspect of a smaller place. They build off of that energy and that excitement, so it'll be a fun competition today for the girls.
NIU last competed on February 16th, Friday. They were at the Gym Quarters Invitational in St. Charles, Missouri. They lost to Minnesota, but they won versus Lindenwood, and NIU is coming in 3 straight meets, scoring at least 195. And Ball State, talking to their head coach, Joanna Salim, pretty good place right now. They've not had a lot of mistakes on their routines. They're hitting all their routines, and they're known to put up some big numbers as well. 19 of their 24 routines start with a 10.0 value. See Paige Nicholas starting it off for NIU.
Oh, that was an awesome vault for her to start off the Huskies. She had a little step on the landing, a little step on the landing. Other than that, it was a good start for the team. Awesome layout shape. She had a little pike in the hips towards the landing, but other than that, great start for the team.
On the uneven bars, Vicky Garcia for Ball State, the freshman from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
It was a nice Ginger release for her. Beautiful handstand pirouette right into her double tuck with a stick. Awesome start for Ball State.
Ball State known for sticking those landings. You see it right there from Vicky Garcia. Start things off for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was a great start. You know, having the leadoff position, it really builds confidence for the team moving forward. So they really need to know who's going to be in the starting position and who's going to be the most consistent there for the team.
Gabby Welch up for NIU. On the vault, freshman from Greenbrier, Tennessee. Talking to head coach Sam Morielli, she's really been the most contributing freshman so far for NIU.
Yeah, they don't have a ton of freshmen on the team, and the fact that Gabby has been contributing as much as she has been this year is great for her to get her some experience, and it's only going to build from here moving forward.
Gabby's highest score this season so far in the vault is a 9.725. And now we're all set for Gabby Welch. Welch, the second Husky to go on the vault.
Here she goes, Yurchenko, layout full. That was a wonderful full for her. You know, she has been pretty consistent in the lineup, but that vault right there, that might have been the best one that I've seen her do this season.
Now on the uneven bars for Ball State, Jackie Duffy, the senior from Massillon, Ohio.
Nice Tkachev to start with. On bars, you're really looking for those handstands. Every single handstand that you do, those judges are looking for. And if you're a little shy, that's where you can really add up on the tenths and on the deductions. Here she goes for a double layout. A little hop on the landing, slight piked hips in the air on her double layout. But overall, another great score, or another great performance for Ball State. All right, here goes Gabby. She gets a great block off the table, slight pike on the landing, but other than that, great start for her.
Yeah, and that was Gabby Welch, the freshman. And we move on to Amanda Bartomeu, the sophomore from Plymouth, Minnesota. She gets set to be number 3 on the vault for NIU.
Amanda usually has a pretty strong vault, so we'll see what she has today. Yurchenko layout half, awesome. Just that slight hop on the landing. You know, you're really looking for those sticks on the landings, but pretty controlled, I would say, and that was a good start for her too. Here she goes. You can see it a little bit slower. Nice landing. That was a great vault for her. Layout half.
So the sophomore gets it done on the vault. And now for Ball State, it'll be Maddie McDonald, sophomore from Ole, Pennsylvania.
Here she goes. She mounts over the low bar. Going for those handstands again, a little bit shy on that handstand. Flying change. Into a straddle Jaeger. She had slight bent legs on the Jaeger, so the judges will deduct on that. She's going into the handstand a little short on that handstand again, but a huge dismount. Double layout and stuck. That was solid. What a great performance for Maddie.
Maddie McDonald's career best is a 9.875. The sophomore with a fantastic start.
Here she is. She's going to go into her dismount. Wonderful. That was beautiful.
Up for NIU on the vault, Catherine Prentice, the senior from Indianapolis, Indiana.
This is a newer vault for Kat. It's been pretty on and off with it, but so far, oh, that looked good. She did a Yurchenko full on. Tucked off. She was short on the landing, didn't quite get that rotation she wanted, so she did take a big step. Here she goes. Yeah, it's those vaults are really challenging. The difficulty is there. It's harder to get a block off the table, which will then bump you up into the air a little bit more. But overall, not bad.
Next up for the Cardinals on the uneven bars is Jillian Hacker, senior from Newcastle, Indiana. Head coach Joanna Salim says this is a nice quality routine. Her career best is a 9.8.
Here she goes. Flying change into a release. A piked Jaeger onto the overshoot. And she's going into her dismount. Another cast a little short on the handstand. Blind full directly into the double tuck. And she sticks that landing. Awesome job. Ball State is really coming through right now. They really are working hard on those landings. Here she goes into her dismount. That blind full again. Double tuck and sticks the landing.
It's the last thing you show the judges. It's that landing that you have to stick, and Ball State's been good with that.
Absolutely. The judges are, it's hard enough to get on and off of the equipment without having those deductions and then those errors. But then when you go and you get off and you can find that stick, it really helps.
Here's Cindy Lamberti, the sophomore from Grayslake, Illinois. The fifth Husky to go on the vault. Her highest score this season is a 9.850. Then NIU on the vault, Ball State on the uneven bars.
Here goes Cindy with her vault. Zayurchenko, layout full. That was awesome. Nice vault for Cindy. That was a layout full Yurchenko. Just a small step on the landing. Here she goes again. You see her get some amplitude and away from the table, which is what the judges are looking for. Slight hop on the landing. Again, pretty solid start for her.
Now for Ball State, Jordan Penny. Talked about her in the open.
She's having a great start right now. She did a great release to an overshoot. She has clean lines, a little short on that handstand. Blind full, a little loose, but she pulls it out and goes for the stick. I think the judges are probably going to take a small deduction on that landing. She did move her feet a little bit, but solid routine.
Jordan Penny known for her beautiful lines, that huge pike Jaeger, and we saw it there, a good performance.
Yes, yes. Here she goes. So she was on that blind full and got a little loose in her back, but pulled it out and went for a strong dismount.
Now for NIU, the anchor, Ashley Potts, the senior, the captain.
She has a huge vault. We'll see what she does. Beautiful, beautiful. She almost had the landing stuck. She had a slight step forward, which is too bad. I know you could tell. She opened up the vault a little bit. Let's see it here. So she goes for her full, and she tries to open up and look for that landing to stick, and she just steps short just a little bit forward. Very good vault, though.
Ashley Potts finishes it off for NIU on the vault. And on the uneven bars will be Arden Hudson.
Yeah, and the position of anchor on bars is, it's a pretty stressful position, I would say, but a lot of gymnasts are up for the task. And here she goes. Cast handstand, good save. She almost arched over a little bit. Overshoot to handstand. She's got a little bit leg separation there. Here she goes. Up for another handstand. Great job on that handstand. Blind, full, little leg separation again. Double tuck. Oh, and a big step forward. The judges will get her on that landing. But overall, to be in that anchor position is stressful, and she did a good job. Here she goes into her dismount. Blind full for the double tuck. Great job.
That's the first time in the lineup for the freshman, Arden Hudson, for the bars from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. As NIU is finishing up, you see Ball State's head coach, Joanna Salim. We've got a couple gymnasts in exhibition on the vault for NIU. We're going to see Allison Richardson. And here is Allison Richardson, the sophomore. Again, these scores will not count.
Yeah, she did a laid out Yurchenko. It's
from Doylestown, Pennsylvania. As NIU is finishing. For NIU will be Nina Martucci, the sophomore from Clarkston, Michigan.
She's going into the handstand, a little short on that handstand again, but a huge dismount. Double out and stop. That was mount. Another pass, a little short on the handstand, blind full directly into the double tuck. And she sticks that landing. Awesome jump. You see her get some amplitude and away from the table, which is what the judges are looking for. Slight hop on the landing. Again, pretty solid start for her.
Now for Ball State, Jordan Penny. Talked about her in the open.
She's having a great start right now. She did a great release to an overshoot. She has clean lines, a little short on that handstand. Blind full, a little loose, but she pulls it out and goes for the stick. I think the judges are... Here she goes, Yurchenko, layout full. That was a one. I've seen from her too, and she did a great job. Just a little piked hips on the landing and a hop on the landing. And then here goes Cindy. Beautiful layout, Yurchenko full. Again, another step on the landing. Those landings are where those deductions really add up. And here goes Ashley Potts. Another layout full, Yurchenko. Slight step on the landing. She was really trying to go for the stick. Which is why she ended up stepping forward just a little bit.
And the scores for NIU in the vault. Paige Nicholas led it off with a 9.6. Gabby Welch with the 9.775. Bartomeu, 9.7. Catherine Prentice, 9.625. Cindy Lamberti with 9.825. And Ashley Potts, the anchor, with a 9.8.
Yeah, not a bad start for Northern Illinois. Not too far off of their season high on vault. So I think it's a good start for them as well.
And there you see again the Huskies head coach, Sam Morielli, in his 7th season. He's been here for 16 years overall though with NIU. Yeah. And the gymnasts just love to work with him, and he's one of the best.
Yeah. Talking with the gymnasts, I've got to speak with several of them, and they all just love the coaching staff. They have a great time. They really enjoy the coaches in and out of the gym. They feel like they're really been cared for. And they have fun. They keep it fun in the gym. It could be a sterile environment, training as much as these girls do on top of the schoolwork that they have. And those coaches, they keep it fun. They have a great time.
You see the lineup for the uneven bars for NIU. Bartomeu, the sophomore, Aubrey Purtrell, Emily Bassara, Catherine Prentice, Allison Richardson, and Ashley Potts.
Yes, this Husky team is really, they have a really deep team on bars. They have a ton of girls who could contribute, and the lineup hasn't quite stayed consistent throughout the season because of that fact. So it's a great problem to have, and it'll be interesting to see how they perform today.
And for Ball State, moving to the vault, their lineup. The freshman, Arden Hudson, will start it off. Sydney Finke, Claire Collins, Jordan Penny. Collins and Penny, 2 seniors in there, and 2 sophomores. Maddie McDonald and Brianna Slonim.
Yeah, the difficulty that they have, I was watching during warm-up, they have some strong vaults to deliver today, and it'll be fun to watch them. They are without their lead all-arounder today that's not competing. She just got banged up a little bit. So, it'll see how the girls can kind of step up without her and fill in her shoes.
Yep. No Caitlin Menzioni, the junior from Downers Grove, Illinois. She's banged up for Ball State. We won't see her today, but we will see first up Arden Hudson, the freshman. Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
Here she goes. A front handspring, double full. This is not a vault that you normally see, which is it's a refreshing thing because it can get kind of, I wouldn't say boring because gymnastics isn't boring, but seeing the same vaults over and over again can kind of, you want to see something fun and new, and she just did that. And
now on the bars for NIU, it's a sophomore, Amanda Bartomeu.
She's going clear hip handstand directly into her Ginger and overshoot. She had a little bit leg separation on her release, and it's hard to see if the judges can see that from their angle. Cast handstand into a double layout and a stick. Wonderful landing. That was a great start for the Huskies.
Amanda Bartomeu, we'll see the replay.
Here she is. She's winding up for her double layout. Great landing. She has a slight form error on her dismount with her legs. They're just slightly bent, but other than that, really strong.
Moving back to the vault, and the junior, Sydney Finke from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Now, Sydney, she is former teammates with Kat Prentice. They did club gymnastics together at Wright's Gymnastics, and I know that they have been good friends over time. So it's kind of fun to see them here competing together on the same floor. We'll see how she does today.
And the key, talking to the Ball State coaches, just try to not take this step here.
Yeah, it's all about the landings as you get to this point of the season. She goes, Yurchenko layout half. Didn't quite get control of the landing. I think she kind of scrunched on the table a little bit, and that takes away from your control. Here she goes. And that layout half. Big hop on the landing. Nice vault, though. Nice vault.
Back to the Huskies.
Here's Aubrey. She's at the blind change into a piked Jaeger, and oh, that's too bad. Her hands just slipped off. I don't think that her grip got completely around the bar, which is why her hands just kind of bounced off. She's going to have to finish strong because you never know what can happen. You make mistakes in a routine, and there's still routines to go, and you need to make sure that if the team does have to count your score, and she falls. She does the blind change directly into the double front dismount. It's a very difficult dismount to do.
Aubrey Bertel, the senior from Huntley, Illinois.
Here she goes for her dismount. She doesn't quite get her hips up into the air enough to get the height that she needs for the rotation. So it was unfortunate she had the fall there as well.
And again, if you're new to college gymnastics too, Ashley, again, you take the best 5 scores. So again, as you mentioned, you've got some more competition here for NIU coming up on the uneven bars that can kind of help that and take away that score.
Absolutely. So the girls are used to that. They have to step up. It can get a little bit challenging, but that's what they're here for. And they're far enough into the season right now where mistakes like this shouldn't even affect them, not even a blink of an eye. They should be able to move on and get past that.
Ball State, Claire Collins, a senior from Crystal Lake, Illinois. This is the first time in a long time for her on the vault.
And the judges, it looked like that they weren't quite in line with their scores. So they were conferencing earlier during the bar routine, and we couldn't quite see them doing that. Sometimes they have to just get a little bit closer in their range of scores before they can agree on the final score.
Here goes Claire.
Yurchenko laid out full, nice vault. She does have a big step on that landing, but beautiful vault. Not much as far as deductions go. Here goes Emily on bars with a cast handstand, a little bit short on the handstand. Blind directly into the straddle Jaeger. She was a little close, so she had to stop and swing a little bit, which is a deduction. But she's going to keep going. She didn't come off the bar entirely, so it could have been a larger deduction there. Blind full, directly into the double tuck. A small step on the landing. Overall, that is going to hurt their bar score because they did have a fall from Aubrey prior to this. So they will have to count her score. And there she goes for the double tuck. Yep, the slight step on the landing.
Emily Bassar, the junior from Gurney, Illinois.
And that might have been her first routine in the lineup. So there was a little pressure on her shoulders, and that's okay. It could have been worse. So we'll roll with it.
And now Jordan Penny, not too far from here, her hometown, Aurora, Illinois, the senior. She's got a pretty big vault right here.
Yes, she does. Here she goes into the Yurchenko layout full. All right, so she does have a little hop on the landing. It looked to me, and I think she warmed it up much better than that. It looked to me when she hit the table, you're going to see she pikes her hips a little bit. And what that does, it takes away all of the amplitude that might come with the scale coming off the table. But again, she didn't fall. She stayed on, she stayed with it, and that definitely will help her out.
And now on the end of the bars for NIU, Catherine Prentice, the senior.
Here goes Kat. Kat's a huge contributor here on bars. She did have her first handstand, a little short, but beautiful straddle Jaeger into an overshoot to handstand. Beautiful handstand. Those handstands can really add up if you don't get all the way vertical over the bar. Here she goes into her huge dismount. It's going to be a double layout. And for the stick. Great job for Kat. Great job.
Catherine Prentice, her highest score so far this season on the bars was a 9.9.
Here's a look at her dismount again. She's going for that double layout. She has clean lines. Great shape and position in the air on her dismount, and an awesome stick on the landing.
Maddie McDonald's all set, the sophomore from Ole, Pennsylvania.
Maddie's vault is a pretty great vault as well. I saw her warm it up. Let's see how she goes. So layout, half Yurchenko, a big hop forward, but it's very clean. Her lines are really straight. Good vault. Here she goes again. With the Yurchenko layout half. And she does have a hop, but you see, you can really tell all of the girls are really trying to fight for those landings. They're really trying to squeeze tight and try to keep from stepping or hopping forward, because again, those all add up. If you're counting 5 scores in a lineup and every single gymnast steps on a landing, that's 5/10. That's as much as a fall is. So, those landings are where you really want to iron those out and get those taken care of at this point in the season. We still have some time, though.
Allison Richardson for NIU, the sophomore from Marysville, Ohio. We saw her exhibition on the vault, but this is going to count on the bars.
Yes, Allison's really beautiful lines on bars. Nice straddle Jaeger to handstand. She's going to go into a pack salto. We haven't seen that today. And she did tuck her legs a little bit on her kip on the low bar, and that will probably be a deduction. She's staying through it. Blindfold directly to her double tuck dismount and a slight step on the landing. You can see on her face it's not the routine that she wanted, but she stuck it out. She stayed with it, and that's all that matters. Here she goes. She's going into the blindfold, into the double tuck, dismount.
Allison Richardson, you see her talking to head coach Sam Moriali. We'll see her again coming up on the beam and the floor for NIU. Back to Ball State, Brianna Slonim, the sophomore.
Here she goes, layout Chenko full with a stick. Wow, that was That was beautiful.
She's known to stick that landing in the vault, and we see it right there from Verona, Wisconsin.
Yeah, and it's fun to see that. That was their anchor for vault, and the team really needed a score like that. So good for Ball State to finish out the vault rotation.
And finishing off the bars for NIU will be Ashley Potts. She's got a high score this season of 9.90 here.
Yeah, Ashley is, like I said, she's ranked first in the MAC on bars right now. And, you know, every little detail counts, and she's very clean. Here she goes, cast handstand, and right into a Shapashnikova, right directly to the overshoot to handstand. And she's going to finish up her routine strong. Nice handstand. Giant into a full end dismount, and she sticks the landing. Oh, NIU really needed that routine. Another anchor showing up when they needed her. Here she goes, Giant right into her full end dismount to a stick. And you know, in the replays, you see a little bit of form break on some of the girls, and from our angle, we see sometimes a little bit more, and in slow motion we see a little bit more. But when it comes to the judges, they're on the side and they can't see that leg separation. And look, Ashley Potts just got a 9.95 on that.
A 9.95 for Ashley Potts. That's a high score for her this season. Yes. And wow, that is how you anchor an event. And Ashley Potts did it right there for NIU.
Yeah, it's well deserved. She has just has become proven meet after meet how awesome she is on bars.
We're going to see a couple exhibitions on the bars. First up for NIU is going to be Nina Martucci, the sophomore from Clarkston, Michigan.
She goes to straddle, reverse heck, into an overshoot to handstand. Nina is really working hard and trying to get into this bar lineup. She's a little bit short on the cast handstand, but she's going into her giant. She's getting geared up for the dismount. Nice full end stop.
Nina Martucci on an exhibition for NIU on the bars, and a nice stick on the landing for the sophomore.
Yeah, she's really working hard on trying to get into the lineup, and that's one of the reasons why she's exhibitioning right now. She just needs a little bit more consistency in the gym, which is a positive. You know, you want to give those girls an opportunity to get out in front of the judges and in front of the crowd. You can't duplicate this pressure situation of a competition. And so these girls really need it, and to prove to those coaches that they deserve a spot in the lineup. So good for her. Good for her.
And again, as we mentioned, this is just a great opportunity to see a score. May not count,
right,
but man, this just helps tremendously.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Gabby Welch, as you see us, the perch. You know, we hear a lot of names in gymnastics, different different names for different things that we see. When am I going to hear about the Feuerbach? Huh? Is there a move called the Feuerbach?
There is not a move called the Feuerbach.
No?
You know what? I might pass my prime.
Hope you're enjoying the gymnastics. Andy Garcia alongside Ashley Feuerbach, and it's close, and we'll give you those scores after two events. But we thought it would be like this between NIU and Ball State.
Yeah, absolutely. They're both competitive. They're in a good spot right now within the MAC, and they're both vying to get into their regionals. You know, they take the top 36 teams overall, nationally ranked teams, and they're just trying to get into that position. It has been an extremely long time since NIU has been in that, and Coach Sam Oriali, he is really working hard on the recruiting process and giving the girls an experience to get them there. Yep. So he's proven over the years that he's been with the team, they're working towards that direction. So it could be this year, and we're looking forward to that, and for both teams, really.
We're through two events, two more to go. Ball State was up 2-10 after the first event. We'll come back, we'll show you those scores. NIU cut into it, and you'll see it there. Ashley Potts with a great uneven bars routine. The NIU women's basketball team in attendance. Taking a look at the gymnastics today. We're through 2 rotations, and you see Ball State with the slim lead by 5/100ths. And Ashley, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the NIU in the bars and what you saw.
Yeah, some great lead-offs here. Here's Amanda Bartemio. Great stick on her double layout. And Kat Prentice with another double layout. Stuck perfectly. She nailed that one. She's excited about that. And then, again, senior Ashley Potts with a full in dismount. Stuck the landing.
See some of the numbers now. Here's the results from the bars. Bartomeu, 9.825. Aubrey Petrell, 8.15. Bassar with a 9.325. Catherine Prentice, 9.875. Ashley Richardson, 9.7. Then you see the huge number from Ashley Potts, the senior, with a 9.95 on anchor. And for Ball State, we'll move with the vault, Ashley.
Yeah.
And what did you see from them?
They had a great vault lineup. Nice layout full there. Some great difficulty from Ball State. Here goes Maddie McDonald with her layout half. It's a beautiful vault from her. She just needs to get a little bit more control on that landing. And here goes Sloanum with a nice your tank up full stick.
Some of the highlights from Ball State on the vault. And now you'll see some of the numbers from the Cardinals from their second event. Arden Hudson with a 9.625. Sydney Finke, 9.65. Claire Collins with the 9.725. Jordan Penny, 9.625. You saw the highlights of Maddie McDonald with the 9.725 and Brianna Sloanum with the 9.8. As we're halfway through this meet, you see Ball State's head coach, Joanna Salim, her 5th season here now with the Cardinals. She's happy with where the team is right now. And again, you've talked about how both teams is trying to work on their landings, and they've got some nice start values with Ball State. A lot of those with a 10.0.
Yeah, and that can really add up. So on vault, for example, nobody really started from a 10.0, and that goes for the Huskies as well. The vaults, because there have been so much more difficulty out there, they're wanting to reward the gymnasts that do have harder vaults. And so they've had to lower the start values of some of the vaults that we saw today just to make it a little bit more fair game for the girls. And to mix it up and try to see some harder, more difficult vaults out there. But they look good. Ball State is looking really strong right now. I'm not surprised where we are with how close it is right now. It's only a half a tenth between the teams right now. So not surprised at all. We knew it was going to be head-to-head today.
You see the floor lineup for Ball State, where they'll be up next. Bailey Bell, the senior. Rachel Benoit. Claudia Goico. We'll see Claudia for the first time, the freshman. Claire Collins. We'll see Tia Kiaku the first time, freshman. And Sydney Finke with the anchor, the junior, for the floor on Ball State. NIU gets ready for the beam. And they'll start with Andy Van Voorhees. Mia Lord will be after that. Cindy Lamberti, the sophomore, another sophomore after that. Allison Richardson. Ashley Potts, the senior. And then the other senior, Catherine Prentice.
Now we've got 3 seniors in the lineup there. A lot of experience. And they're really solid beam lineup as well. NIU has a lot of depth to their team for bars and beam. So we'll see what we can do, try to pick themselves up after that bar rotation. I know they're not happy with how they perform there. But, again, you got to pick yourselves up and you got to step it up.
And Ball State has the slimmest of margins right now through 2 events.
Yes. Their floor routines, I was watching during warm-up, and I've seen them compete before, but they really have fun out there. They have a great time performing their routines. Floor is a combination of dynamics, artistry. It's why people want to watch the event.
Right.
And so you can see that each of the girls are having fun. They really enjoy the routine. So I'm looking forward to their floor lineup.
It's a fan favorite, right?
Right.
Everyone's watching the floor. You see more of the dance.
Yeah. And, during your time in college as a college gymnast, you do have an opportunity to do a little bit more, be a little bit more creative with your floor routine other than when you were younger.
So first up, we'll start with NIU on the beam. Andy Van Voorhees, the senior from Columbus, Ohio.
Andy is a wonderful beam performer. I just love watching her. She's always looking so confident in her skills. There goes a full turn, stuck. And I was talking to Andy, I asked her how she handles her nerves in competition. And she choreographs moments throughout her routine where she's focusing on breathing just to help slow her heart rate down. It was a beautiful, beautiful back handspring layout step out with a slight wobble. Here she goes. Split jump. Nice. That's a very difficult skill, and she nailed it. And you can tell she's slowing down. She's taking a deep breath, getting ready for the next skill. A little slight bobble there, but she stayed on. She's moving forward. All she has left is her dismount. It's going to go into a back handspring step out, into a layout full and a half dismount. Just a small hop on the landing, but a good start. That start position, that lead off position is really difficult. Here she goes for her dismount, back handspring step out, into a layout full and a half, I should say. Small hop on the landing. You can see on her face she wasn't quite satisfied, but you know, she had a great start. She stayed on the beam.
First up on the floor for Ball Safety, the senior, Bailey Bell from Noblesville, Indiana. They wanted to have a good start, but she has a really good solid routine.
Yeah, there goes a front layout to a Rudy. A Rudy is just a name for the 1.5 layout. And she's having fun. She's got a smile on her face. Switch leap into a wolf 1.5. And that's fun. They choreograph the BSU into her floor routine. Into her second pass, front handspring, front layout, front full. Beautiful. Beautiful. Little bit of the Imagine Dragons floor routine here. And you know, the dance is just as important to the judges as the skills are. They can deduct in choreography as well. So it's important that you're trying to get their attention. Here she goes for her third pass. Round with back handspring, full and a half. Front layout, half. She has a slight leg separation. And from the judges' angle, they might be able to see that. But overall, great lead-off performance for Ball State.
The senior steps up and starts the third rotation for the Cardinals.
And here she goes into her last pass. A little loose in the air, but she nails the landing. She gets the job done.
Over to the beam, and Mia Lord, the freshman from McCordsville, Indiana. Second up for NIU.
And Mia has been a solid performer for NIU this season. Here she goes. An impressive mount on beam, a pressed handstand, and lowers herself beautifully. I love to see different mounts like that. A lot of people just jump up onto the beam, but she takes it to another level. And it's nice to see. Here she goes into her acro series, a front aerial. Back handspring, step out, layout, step out, step. Full turn, slight bobble. Those full turns can get you sometimes. They're probably one of the easiest skills on beam, yet they're one of the most stressful skills for the gymnasts. In her jump combination, she had a slight wobble on there, but she covered well. And as a freshman, being in the beam lineup right away, that's pretty impressive. And it says a lot about what the judge or what the coaches think of her. Here goes round off, double full, dismount, slight hop on the landing. Great job from the freshman Mia.
Mia Lord on the beam.
And here she goes. She goes back handspring, layout, step out, and what we just missed before that was she had a front aerial into all of that. So quite impressive series on beam.
Nice routine from Mia Lord as we move back to the floor for Ball State. And it's Rachel Benoit, the sophomore from Arlington, Massachusetts.
Here she goes for her first pass into a nice double pike. She did lose a little control on the landing, so the judges will get her for that. But pretty nice double pike. Strong dynamic music for her. Switch side, Popa. Popa is just another word for a straddle jump with a full twist. And she's gearing up for her second pass. Front handspring, front layout, front full. A little off on the landing as well, and I think that I just saw the judge raise her hand. She did go out of bounds, so they will deduct on that at the end. Into a double tuck. Great landing. She's really nailed that landing on her last pass, and that's hard to do, double tuck at the end.
Rachel Benoit, the sophomore, she's been performing well. She's been confident, and you see it there, the sophomore.
It's a great job from Rachel. She had a couple errors on the first and second passes. She got a little loose in the air there and went out of bounds. Like I said, it is a 1/10 deduction for going out of bounds. The judges do have to take.
Back to the beam. And it's the sophomore, Cindy Lamberti.
Here's Cindy, goes a full turn. She's preparing for front tuck. Nice, and she did have, she did step out of it, but she recovered really well. And so it's up to the judges to see what kind of deduction they'll take on that if they decide to take one. Switch leap into a split jump, into a pike, back pike. Small little bounce check on that. She's getting ready for her acro series. Back handspring, layout, step out, stuck. Nice job. And after every acro series I see a gymnast do, usually there's just like that their shoulders kind of come down, they have a little smile, there's a sense of relief. Switch side, difficult jump to do, and she did it well. She's gearing up for her dismount. Round off, double full. And a hop on the landing, but she's happy with her performance.
Sam Murray.
Here she goes into her acro series. Back handspring, layout, step out. Solid landing. And into her dismount. Round off, double full. She had to fight for that landing, but overall, good performance.
Back to the floor. The freshman, Claudia Goico from Buford, Georgia.
It's fun to see some combinations, different types of music, different styles of music. So far, all three routines have been very different with that aspect. And a nice round off double tuck for her opening pass. She didn't do a back handspring into that, and that can really change the timing of things for a gymnast. Switch side, Popa. And those leaps and jumps, those can be, they look really easy. They can be challenging. And they don't look hard or anything, but the judges can take deductions on them. If they don't get the rotation all the way around on those skills, there are deductions. And there she goes again, round off, 1.5 front layout. She was a little low into her punch for her front layout, so there will be deduction there. There's another choreographed BSU and her floor routine. That's fun that the girls get involved there. And a round off double pike ending. A little low with her chest on the landing. So they will take on that, but overall, pretty good performance.
The coaches call it a sassy routine. We saw it there from Claudia Goico.
Yeah, it's fun to see the girls have fun with their performances. They want to have fun. They work hard throughout the routine. Here she goes, her first pass, round off double tuck. Nice stuck landing there. Here she goes into that last pass. You can see she didn't quite get the punch and the height that she wanted, so she was a little low with her chest on the landing.
Goico's career best on the floor is a 9.85, but again, freshman stepping up on the floor.
Looks like they're having a judging conference over on beam after that last routine. And often, if the scores that each judge has, if they're too far apart, then they will have to conference and try to bring them back closer. And they discuss what they saw. Why did they take a deduction here? Maybe the judge saw something differently. Maybe the value of a skill was different. So they have to look at that and bring it back closer together. And that can affect the gymnast that is next to follow. It slows down the pace of the competition. So when she would have been already saluted and ready to go, she has to wait a little bit longer. So it adds a little bit more pressure. And those situations, it's definitely not fun going into beam, but it happens. And these girls are used to that. They've faced those a lot throughout the seasons.
Well, Allison Richardson's stepped up to the challenge. She's ready.
Yeah, she's a solid performer on beam for the Huskies. Here she goes for her acro series. Back handspring, lay out, step out. Beautiful. She had a little smile there. She was happy with that. Another full turn. Just over-rotated just a tiny bit. Slight deduction, maybe a half a 10. And a hitch kick into a front tuck. Beautiful landing. It's nice to see the girls smile when they're on beam because that's so stressful to be up there on those 4 inches. And you know what? She looks relaxed. She looks like she's here to do the job. Switch leap into a straddle quarter. And those combinations, they bring up their bonus, which means they get extra tenths back into the routine. They all start from a 9.5. You're working towards getting to that 10-0, so they have to find 5 tenths of difficulty. Here she goes for a dismount. Back handspring, step out into a full and a half. A slight hop on the landing, but beautiful performance from Allie.
Allison Richardson, the sophomore, 4th up there on the beam for NIU.
Here she goes. She's going into a switch leap, straddle quarter. That's the connection bonus we're talking about. And her dismount. Back handspring, step out to a full and a half. Small hop, but overall, great performance from her.
Next up for Ball State, Claire Collins. We're going to see a lot of difficulty on this one, the senior from Crystal Lake, Illinois.
And talking about sass, I can see it from her. She's having fun, and I love it. Here she goes into her first pass. Front tuck, step out into a double pike. She had a little low chest on her landing, but she pulled up nicely. So sometimes it's all about covering yourself. Even when there might be a deduction here or there, you can pull up, finish, show that finish. Sometimes the judges might miss those deductions. Here she goes into her second pass. Front handspring, Rudy. So it's basically a front handspring front layout with 1.5 twists all the way around. Not quite the amplitude that you want on that skill, but she had a good landing. Switch side, Hopa, another straddle full. And she's having fun. She's getting ready for her third pass. Front up, back handspring, double tuck. A little low landing, but she's happy with it. Good performance. Here she goes to her last pass. Not quite the amplitude she needed to get all the way around, but good ending.
That's Claire Collins, the senior, finishing up on the floor. And on the beam now is Ashley Potts, coming off a 9.95 on the bars.
Switch leap to a split jump. Great leap combination. And she's going to go into her acro series. Back handspring, lay out, step out. Beautiful. Not even one little wobble. Full turn, stuck. A little wobble on her front aerial. That is an E element, so that's another more bonus to come into the routine. Straddle 3/4. A little bit more bonus to get to that 10-0 start value. And here she goes for her dismount, gainer, full. And she takes that step back. She could have covered that maybe a little bit better and just turned and saluted to the judges. We call that the college stick. And there's that series, beautiful series. It's a triple flight series we call. There's 3 skills in it. It's very difficult, and she pulled it out well. And that gainer dismount, there she is. She could have just pulled up and turned to the judges, but overall, great performance again for the Huskies.
On the floor for the Cardinals, Tia Kiaku, freshman from Apex, North Carolina.
Tia's another routine. She loves performing. You can see the sass. She has fun, and she really tries to get the crowd involved and the judges involved, so it's fun to watch. Here she goes for her first pass. And a beautiful double pike, nice landing, and she's happy with it. Yeah, she's getting everyone involved. Here for her leap series. Beautiful leap series. She gets lots of height, lots of power into the air. And she's having fun with her teammates on the side. It's fun that Ball State has that choreographed in the routine. Almost every single girl that's gone, I think, that has had that choreographed in the routine, and that's a fun aspect. Here she goes, front full, front layout. Ooh, nice, into a jump that's really pretty. And a lot of teams, they have their girls do jumps out of their tumbling just to cover the landings, to show a little bit more control. Awesome. Front Rudy into a split jump, a huge split jump. Awesome performance for her.
Coach Salim calls it an amazing routine. The presence, her tumbling so big, we saw it there for the freshman.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Solid performance for her. Here goes Kat Prentice on beam.
See a replay here of Kiaku.
All right, here goes her double pike. That was her first pass. Beautiful routine from her. She was happy.
Catherine
nice full turn.
Prentice there finishes up here, NIU on the beam.
She's getting ready for her flight series. Back handspring, step out, layout, step out, and she comes off the beam. That's too bad. She really was fighting hard to stay on, and it's good to see that. And it's unfortunate. Kat is usually one of the solid performers for the Huskies. But again, every score counts from here on out. So we really need her to pull this routine out. That was a beautiful leap series. And she's getting the job done. Here's a cat leap aerial to full dismount, a little off on the side. Not happy with her performance. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. There's going to be times where you make mistakes. It's all about how you finish and how you pick yourself up. And she finished the routine well. Now her teammates are going to have to back her up, and sometimes vice versa. So it's okay.
There's Catherine Prentice, who finished up, and there's a replay.
And here goes her cat leap aerial. Her foot slips a little bit. That's why she was a little off to the side on the landing. So front handspring double full. And this is Kat's one of her teammates from club gymnastics.
This is exhibition now for Ball State. on the floor.
Yes. And
Check that. That's Sydney Finke. Excuse me. The final gymnast that counts. Sydney Finke, the junior from Indianapolis, Indiana.
yes, she has fun. So far, it's a solid start, but here she goes for her second pass. Front handspring. 1.5, back layout, step out. Nice. She's really selling her routine to the judges. Keeping the crowd engaged. And she's gearing up for her third pass. Strong enough, back handspring, double pike. Nice landing. Overall, great ending. Great anchor position for her.
Sydney's going to tell Andy Garcia, that ain't an exhibition, all right?
Yeah, she's like, not a chance.
No way.
I am in that lineup.
That's got lots of difficulty. Coach calls it great dance, great presence. You saw it there for the junior.
Here she goes for her last pass, that double pike. Great, solid double pike ending. And that's really hard to do in that last pass. You're really tired. You're tired. And she's excited.
And we want to show you the replay of what the freshman Tia Kiaku, when she got her score on the floor. We talked about how good it is. It's a 9.9.
She earned it. She earned it for sure. That was a great routine. I was looking for a deduction too. It was hard to find. But 9.9 is a wonderful, wonderful score. I'm sure she's proud of that. Nice back layout, step out on beam. Paige is doing a great job. Nice switch leaps, straddle quarter.
This is Paige Nicholas again. This is exhibition on the beam for NIU.
And she's going into the round off, 1.5. Small hop on the landing. Good performance for Paige. Again, that exhibition position is more so for those girls just to get experience. You cannot duplicate the pressure situation of a competition. And the only way that you can do that is to get those girls out there in front of the judges and in front of the crowd. So it's good experience for her to get that today.
Paige Nicholas, a junior from Cleveland, Ohio. Pinnacle Gymnastics. Head coach Sam Moriali. Oh, he has a smile on his face. Great to joke around with. He thinks his jokes are funny. I tell him that his jokes are funny.
Yeah,
but
he does. He thinks he's funny. He is funny. He's just a fun guy to be around. He is a huge Husky fan. He's a diehard Husky fan.
he got his bachelor's degree right here at NIU. And one more exhibition for the Huskies. It's going to be the sophomore Amanda Bartomeu.
This is actually Anna Martucci going right now. She has been in and out of the lineup on beam too, and is a junior. And her showmanship on beam is impeccable. You'll see here the way that she presents herself. Switch leap, straddle quarter. Nice clean lines from Anna. And she's going into her flight series. Back handspring, layout step out. Nice landing for Anna. Into that full turn. Small balance check. She recovers well. It makes a big difference when you are finishing sharp and crisp. All those little bubbles go away. She did a front tuck. Hard, really difficult skill to do on beam. She did a small balance check there as well, but she recovers nicely. Into a cat leap, switch side. Here she goes, she's getting ready for her dismount. It is a punch front layout full. Generally she sticks it, and she did there. So great job for Anna.
Anna Martucci, the sophomore from Clarkson, Michigan. Finishing up the exhibition for NIU as we're now through 3 events here. The Convocation Center, Victory Court, Ball State, NIU. Ball State with a couple of good numbers on the floor. And you see that lead has extended to more than 3/10 after 3 rotations. We'll come back. Rotation number 4. You're watching MAC Gymnastics on ESPN3. I'm Andy Garcia alongside Ashley Feuerbach, and so far you see the numbers through 3 rotations, more of a 3/10 lead for the Cardinals. And Ashley, as we take a look at the routines there on the floor for Ball State, pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. She did a beautiful double pike, and she's having fun with it. In that front Rudy to a split jump. Nice finish to her routine. That's
Tia Kiaku. We're also going to see Sydney Finke.
Yes, she starts with a double full. That was a front Rudy to a layout step out. And then she finishes off with a strong double pike for Ball State.
Strong event for the Cardinals on the floor. As you take a look at the numbers for Ball State in their 3rd event. Bailey Bell with the 9.775, 9.525 for Rachel Benoit as they were taking a look to see if maybe she stepped out on the far side. Claudia Goico, 9.7. Claire Collins, 9.775, but the 2 big numbers. Tia Kiaku, 9.9, and you see Sydney Finke with the 9.8. For NIU on the beam, what did you see from them, Ashley?
You know, they had a solid performance from them. They had a couple wobbles. There was the fall from Kat, but they recovered. They recovered well as far as covering for her, since she was the last one to perform. Everyone else did their jobs, so it was a good start for them as well on beam.
NIU finishing up right there.
Yeah. That was a nice flight series from Ashley Potts. Back handspring, layout step out into her dismount. The gainer full, small step. Great solid performance from her.
Those are the highlights from the beam. Here's the numbers for NIU in their 3rd event. Van Voorhees, 9.65. Mia Lord with the 9.7. 9.8s for Sydney Lamberty and Allison Richardson. 9.75 for Ashley Potts and Catherine Prentice with the 9.25.
And again, those 5 scores count. They don't have to count all 6 scores, so they do drop Kat's score of the 9.25. She did fall, so not bad for NIU.
Join Chicago sports professional stars Dan Hampton, Bill Buckner, and Bill Wennington at the 2018 Victory Ball on Saturday, April 14th at the NIU Naperville Conference Center. These 3 stars of the Bears, Cubs, and Bulls are a part of an all-star lineup at NIU's premier fundraising event of the year. Even if you can't make it to the ball, sponsor a student-athlete or take part in the online silent auction. Registration is now open. Get the link at niuhuskies.com and register today. Lineups coming up as we start the final rotation. For the floor, Allison Richardson, the sophomore, Paige Nicholas, the junior, Bertomeo, the sophomore, 2 seniors after that, Potts with Prentice, and Anna Martucci will finish it off on the floor, the sophomore. Ball State, they move to the beam in their final rotation. Lineup for them, Brianna Slonim, Rachel Benoit, Jackie Duffy, 3 seniors in that lineup. Vicky Garcia, the freshman, and then Bailey Bell and Jordan Penny. It's our 4th and final rotation, and Ball State actually has a little bit more of a 3/10 of a point lead, but NIU's still in it, and they can come back.
Absolutely. You know, for Ball State, they are at the disadvantage. They're ending on beam, and that beam is a pressure situation. Not that none of the events are a pressure situation, but beam specifically, things can really go wrong, and so anything can happen. It's gymnastics. That's how it goes. But ending on floor in front of your home crowd, that's definitely an advantage, and it'll get loud in here.
You'll see a lot of pink today, NIU, with the Stick It to Cancer Day, honoring the cancer survivors, patients, and caretakers. And as we know, everyone is affected by it, and NIU trying to show the awareness, and again, Stick It to Cancer Day here at NIU. You see a lot of the pink. Just about to get ready here in our 4th rotation. Ball State's got the lead overall. NIU will be on the floor. Ball State will be on the beam. You see Brianna Slonim, The sophomore from Verona, Wisconsin, getting ready. Her career best is a 9.825.
All right, here she goes. A nice man on the beam. She's getting ready for her flight series. Back handspring, lay out, step out. Great job. Small little bounce check there, but she recovers well. Into a switch leap, straddle quarter. Nice solid landing. And her full turn. And she just smoothly walks out of that. That was nice to see. And she's going in for her dismount. Round off, double full. Small step on that landing, but overall, awesome start for Ball State on beam. And you're going to see her flight series. Back handspring, lay out, step out. She has a slight bounce check there. Legs were a little loose during the skills, so there might be some deductions there, but she ends it nicely with this round off double full.
Over to the floor, and the sophomore, Brianna Slonim. Check that for NIU. Allison Richardson on the floor.
There you go. She starts with her double pike. Solid start for Allison. And Allison's really trying to have fun out there with her routine, connecting with the crowd. She's preparing for her second pass. Front handspring, Rudy. Nice. Nice clean lines from Allison. I really love watching her perform. An assistant coach, Nina Teague, she choreographs every single routine. She had to do 9 different floor routines this year and come up with the artistry for every single girl. She really tries hard to make sure that it fits the personality of the gymnast and that the gymnast enjoys it. So you'll see a lot of variety here from the Huskies today. Allison's preparing for her third pass. Okay, full and a half layout, front layout. Small step back on the landing, but very clean. Great start for the Huskies. It's exactly what they need to lead off for the team to try to pick themselves back up into it. Here she goes into her second pass. Front handspring, front layout, full and a half, also called as a Rudy. In her full and a half layout. Nice start.
From Allison Richardson, we go to Rachel Benoit.
Rachel's series is different. Back handspring, one arm back handspring, layout, step out. Oh, that's too bad. She just got off a little bit. Couldn't quite pull herself back on. And she goes switch leap. Straddle quarter. The straddle was a little low, so the judges will take on that. If you're not 180 degrees, like a complete straight line in line with the beam, there are slight deductions for those. Into the dismount, round off, double back, and a hop on the landing. Impressive dismount for Ball State. And it's unfortunate that they have a fall there, but they have. Here she goes for her dismount. Round off, double tuck, small hop. Very clean dismount. It's very impressive. It's a really hard dismount to end with. She did a great job.
Tough
finishing.
routine overall.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what, though? That they still have girls to go, so they're going to have to step up and cover for her.
Paige Nicholas for NIU, the junior, second on the floor for the Huskies.
Her first pass, round up back handspring, double pike. Little uncontrol on the landing, maybe a small deduction, but not bad. And she has more of a dynamic routine. It fits her personality as well. And she goes for her second pass. Front full, front layout, into a stag jump. Didn't quite get the punch she wanted into the jump. Here she goes into her dance series of a switch side. Hopa, that's a straddle full. Had a feet were not quite together when she landed that, so the judges could possibly take on that. But she's getting ready for her last pass. Another difficult tumbling pass from her. Round up back handspring, double tuck. Landed a little low with her chest and landing. But overall, good performance.
Coach Marielli says she's the most improved gymnast this season. Paige Nicholas.
Here she goes. She's going to go into her second pass, her front full to a front layout, into a stag jump. Didn't quite get the rotation she wanted on the flip, so she didn't get into the air as much as she wanted on her stag jump. And then the double tuck ending with that. Good job.
We move to Jackie Duffy, the senior, on the beam.
Jackie is usually pretty intense on beam. She's an aggressive performer on beam. She likes the competition. Switch leap to a tuck three-quarter. Full turn. Here Jackie goes into a one-arm front handspring, into a beat jump. That's a difficult skill. It's completely blind coming around to land, and she did a great job. This is a tough position to be in after someone has fallen in front of you, and she's handling that pressure well. Dismount, front full, stuck. And she's excited about it. She knows she needed to do that to bring that energy back into the team, and she gets the job done.
A walk-on to a captain, Jackie Duffy.
Here she goes for that one-arm front handspring, blind landing into the beat jump. Great job. And that front full. Oh, and there was a slight hop on the landing. I guess I couldn't quite see from where I was, but sometimes when it's slower, it can look those deductions show up a little bit more. Here goes Amanda for the Huskies. She's got a really powerful first pass. Here she goes. She warms up with a double layout. Nice landing. That is an E pass. It's a little bit more difficult. So you are rewarded for that. She went switch side, Hopa. And this is a routine that Amanda performed during her club days. She wanted to keep the routine for one more year, and Coach Nita was like, sure, why not? It's a great routine. Front layout to the front full. She finishes well. Probably could have had a little bit more amplitude in the skills, but the landing was nice. And she's going to end with another difficult pass. Here she goes. Into a double tuck. Perfect landing. That was a wonderful routine for Amanda. And now she gets to have fun and breathe a little bit. Great performance for the Huskies.
The sophomore, Amanda Bartimeo, Plymouth, Minnesota, getting it done on the floor.
Yeah, it's nice to see the difficulty here. She goes for a round-up back handspring double layout. Hard, difficult pass, and she does it beautifully. Into her last pass, double tuck. Great landing.
We go to the freshman, Vicky Garcia from Fayetteville, North Carolina, back on the beam.
Here she goes for her flight series. Back handspring, layout, step out, Wow, she fought for that. That could have easily been a fall, and she fought through that, and that's impressive to see from a freshman. Cat leap to switch side. Nice landing. All of those leaps that you might see, they must be 180 degrees split. So they must be even straight line with the balance beam, or there will be deductions, and she did a great job with hers. Gainer back pike at the end for her dismount with a great stick. Great job for the freshman under that pressure.
We saw her on the bars. She finishes up on the beam.
Yeah, here's her series. She goes back handspring, and for some reason she didn't quite get the error that she needed on that layout, so she had to crunch a little bit, had some deduction there with her bent legs, but she finishes up with a strong dismount, that gainer pike off the end. Here's Ashley Potts, double tuck. She opens with, she likes to have that what we call a cowboy. Pulls her legs apart a little bit on that double tuck, but is consistent with it every single time. And like I said, there's a variety in the choreography. It's fun to see that from NIU. Here she goes for a second pass, full and a half to a front layout. She had a little bit too much air on her full and a half, so she rotated a little bit too much into her front pike, so she didn't get the air or the amplitude she needed on her front layout, but she covers the landing well. You can hear the crowd and the girls on the sideline getting into it. They're having fun. She's breathing a little bit before that last pass. From handspring, Rudy. Nice landing. Great form. Good routine for Ashley Potts. Here she goes. For her full and a half, see how she rotates a little bit too much, so she doesn't quite get the punch that she wants for her front layout, but she saves it. Into her last pass, Rudy. Great finish for her.
Now to Bailey Bell, the senior for
And
Ball State.
If you want a senior in any position, this is where you want it after a fall on beam. She opens with her back handspring layout, step out for her flight series, and a nice full turn to stuck. The side summy, little bobble, but she saves it and recovers. Feet jump into a split full. Back leg was a little low on her split, so the judges will deduct on that, and then she did have a wobble. But she is getting the job done here. Now all she has left is her dismount. A round off. 1.5. And a small hop on the landing, but she gets it done. Great job. Here's her flight series. Back handspring. Layout, step out. Nice job from the senior. Into her dismount. Round off. Double or full and a half. Small hop. Nice jump. This is a nice routine coming up.
This is Catherine Prentice, the senior.
2.5 to a front tuck. Great landing from Kat. She loves performing on floor. She has fun doing it. She loves the aspect of the dance combined with the skills. There's a reason why she anchors the team on floor. And I catch myself, Anna Martucci is actually anchoring, so there's a reason why she's right before Anna. Nice double full from Kat. It's very clean. She's really worked hard on cleaning that up. Into her leap series, the switch ring to a switch split half. And she's having fun with her teammates on the sideline. For your senior year, that's what you want, is you want to have fun while you're finishing up. And she's getting ready for her last pass. Front handspring, 1.5. Beautiful landing. And she is happy with her performance. You can tell. Great job for the Huskies. Here Keck goes. She does a 2.5 twist to a front tuck. That's extremely hard to do, and she did it well. And her last pass, front handspring. Rudy, that's a 1.5 twist with a slight hop back. Great job.
The last gymnast on the beam for Ball State, Jordan Penny, the senior.
I like seeing that smile when she mounted, and she smiled right to the judge, trying to connect with them some way, which is hard to do on beam. Nice opening combination with a straddle jump. Full turn. Here she goes with her flight series. Back handspring, layout step out. Nice landing for her. She could breathe a little bit after that flight series. Oh, switch split half. Doesn't quite get the landing she wants on that, but she stays on. She recovers well, and she's getting ready for her dismount. Round off. 1.5, big step back. She's a little shocked with that. I think she's just glad she's off the beam.
The senior from Aurora has a lot of fans in the stands, and she finishes it off on the beam.
Rightfully so. This is almost like her hometown. Didn't quite get the punch that she wanted on the round off, so the rotation didn't quite get there on her dismount.
And here's Anna Martucci, the anchor on the floor for NIU.
Yes, the anchor, and she shows why she's the anchor. It loves to perform. You can see it. And it's not a kind of routine where she's going to try to flirt with the audience or anything like that. She is intense, and it's beautiful to watch. Front full to a beautiful front layout. She opened with a double pike. Switch split full to a popa. She is working hard to get every 10th back. She's getting ready for her last pass. Getting her teammates involved before she goes. She goes round up back handspring, double tuck. Beautiful last pass from Anna. I don't think she could have done anything better for the Huskies.
Coach Morelli calls it a floor rock star, a showstopper, Anna Martucci.
She absolutely is. And they have her in that position for a reason. They know she'll deliver. Here she goes on her second pass, front full to a front layout. Beautifully done. And that last pass, round up back handspring, double tuck. Perfect landing. And she's happy with her performance.
And the score is up, and Anna Martucci gets a 9.9. It ties a high score for her this season. A big number for NIU to finish it off on the floor as we go to exhibition on the beam, and it's Tia Kiaku.
Here she goes, cat lead, switch side. Full turn. Front tuck, and she's fighting for it, but she stays on. Good for her. Never want to give up on beam. Get some experience under her belt in front of some judges. Nice front full dismount. Wow, the distance she gets away from the beam is incredible.
And exhibition on the floor for NIU will be the freshman, Gabby Welch.
Here goes Gabby's first pass. Round back handspring double tuck. And they did change her pass. She's been really working on upgrading that pass to a double layout. In warm-ups, I don't think they were getting it to the landing that they wanted her to be. And to protect the athlete, I think they made a good call there, because why risk it? You don't want to risk a short landing and possibly injuring the gymnast. Nice whip half, the front layout. I like Gabby's clean lines. She's a beautiful gymnast to watch. Switch leap to straddle, straddle full. Here she goes for her last pass. To a double pike and finishes well. It's nice to see Gabby be able to perform in front of her home crowd. That was a really cool ending. I like the artistry there.
Gabby Welch, freshman from Greenbrier, Tennessee. Getting high fives from her teammates.
There's Kat Prentice. She's given some advice to, it looks like, Emily.
We go to the final exhibition on the beam for Ball State and Claire Collins.
Again, trying to get some experience in front of judges, in front of some crowd. Get a little bit of pressure situation under her belt. And she's going into her dismount, gainer, back pike. Small hop on the landing, but she's happy with it. She did well. Nice routine for her.
Claire Collins, the senior from Crystal Lake, Illinois, finishing up for Ball State. And one more exhibition on the floor for NIU. Emily Basara, the junior from Gurnee, Illinois.
Next on the floor for the Huskies, Emily Basara.
It's the last competitor today. So
Yes.
you want to go out with a bang, and you know Emily wants.
Absolutely. And she has fun with this routine. She loves competing, and she's excited to be in here. Whip to the double tuck. A little low on the landing, but pretty good. She's having fun with it. Oh, she's working it. And Emily is a journalism major. Her dream job, she said she'd love to be a sports broadcaster. Yeah. Oh, she's working it. Getting ready for that second pass. Front handspring, Rudy. A little low on the landing with her chest, but she's doing a great job. It's fun to see the gymnast personalities come out in these routines. And her third and final pass here. Round off whip to 1.5. Great performance for Emily. I'm sure she's really happy with herself.
Emily Basara finishes it off on exhibition on the floor for NIU. We'll come back. Did NIU get their second MAC victory of the season, or is Ball State still undefeated? We'll come back. We'll give you the scores as NIU and Ball State finish it up from Victory Court Convocation Center on the campus of NIU. It was a good one. It was close. We'll tell you what happens. MAC Gymnastics, ESPN3. NIU, close competition here. In NIU, Andy Garcia alongside Ashley Feuerbach. Ashley, let's take a look first at the beam for Ball State.
Yeah, absolutely. They had some challenges on beam, but they were fighting as well. So they didn't quite want to give it up, but solid performance from the freshmen there. Here's a nice full turn from Bell. Run off, dismount to a full and a half. Nice landing, fighting every ounce of the way. A little mistake there from Penny, which is uncharacteristic of her. But she dismounts. Another mistake there for Ball State. She wasn't happy with it. She knows. She's got that experience.
The results for Ball State on the beam. Slonim, 9.775. Benoit with the 9.125. Jackie Duffy, Vicky Garcia get into the 9.7s. Also Bell and Penny, 9.75 for both Bell and Penny. For NIU, finishing up on the floor in front of the home crowd, and they did well.
They delivered. They knew they had some work to get done. Here's Ashley Potts. Nice double tuck. And Kat's going for her 2.5 to a front tuck. Lead off. She ends here with her front handspring, front layup, Rudy. And she's excited. She knows she did it. She got the job done. And then ending with Anna Martucci's beautiful dynamic floor routine. That was probably where her 1/10 deduction was throughout the whole routine. The Huskies worked hard. They got the job done.
The sophomore finishing it up for NIU. And the scores for the floor for Northern Illinois. Allison Richardson with the 9.85. Look at those numbers. Paige Nicholas, 9.825. Amanda Bartimeo, 9.825. Ashley Potts with the 9.8. 9.85 for Catherine Princess with a 9.925 for Anna Martucci to finish it off. All those numbers mean what overall? We can tell you that right now. NIU gets the win. And you see now NIU with their 4th straight meet where they're over 195 points.
Absolutely.
Ball State finishes a 195.2 and NIU 195.375. The Huskies able to get the win here, though, at home.
Yes, they did a fantastic job. They were able to get the job done under that pressure situation. It's all about opening up the door and beam. I said it, beam is the event where that pressure kicks in, and ending for Ball State having to end on beam, that was a lot of pressure for them. They fought the whole way, though. They didn't quite give up at all by any means, but NIU really were able to step it up and show that they can handle that pressure situation. So great job for the Huskies.
NIU now 2-2 in the MAC. Ball State 2-1. They've been close in the rankings. It was close today here at Victory Court in the Convocation Center. Ashley, great working with you. We'll have to do that again.
It was fun. Thank you.
So for Ashley Feuerbach, I'm Andy Garcia saying so long from the NIU Convocation Center. The final score, NIU gets the win over Ball State, 195.375 to 195.200. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
Very good.